Yo, what up everyone? Welcome back to another quick Flutter tutorial. The widget of the day is the timer, and to demonstrate this, I'm going to show you how we can create a very basic countdown timer. Now, to keep everyone on the same page, I've got here in my main function running my app, which is running my homepage, and the homepage is a stateful widget. And inside I've got a blank scaffold. So let's start by creating a column in the middle, and let's create a text widget that displays the number that we're going to count down, and below that let's create a material button so that we can start this countdown. So you can see there it's all scrunched up at the top. So in the column I'm just going to space this out using the alignments. Now these fonts are looking really small, so let's just make this a little bigger so that we all can see this. And for the button, I'm just going to add a color so it looks more like a button. And let's change this start text to white so it looks nice. Okay, awesome. Now in this material button, when we press it, we want it to do something. So what we want it to do is to start the timer. So let's create this method. Let's call it start countdown and come up to the top and let's create this countdown method. Now the crucial thing here is the timer. You can see that there's the option to import it. So make sure at the top you have this .async imported, and there's actually two versions of this. There's run and periodic, and for this one I'm just going to show you the periodic one because I think it's the most useful. So when you set up a timer, there's a couple of things we need to specify. The first thing is the duration. So you have all these options of how often do you want this timer to repeat itself, and for us, since we're using a basic countdown, let's just do 1 second, and inside these braces every 1 second we can make something happen. For us, we just want to change the number to start decreasing itself, which means this 5 shouldn't be a fixed string. We want this to be a variable so that it changes, right? So come up to the top and let's create a variable, and specifically we just want an integer, and I'm going to call it time left. So how much time is there left on the counter? Which means we can come back to this text widget and get rid of this fixed string and just give it time left. And since time left is an integer, we're going to have to convert this to a string so that it can be displayed as a text widget. Cool, so if you save this, nothing should change except for the fact that this 5 is now a variable. Awesome, which means we can come back to this timer, and every 1 second we can decrease the time left by 1. And if you're not very familiar about this minus notation, what this means is it's the same thing as saying time left equals to time left minus 1. So you're decreasing yourself by 1. A shorthand way to write this is just time left minus. And if I save this and I start this timer, let's see how this looks. And yay, it's counting down. Now one thing we'll notice is it's just going to continue on because we didn't specify when to stop it. So let's go back to our timer and let's add a couple of conditions in. So if the time left is greater than 0, then let's take time off it. Otherwise, let's cancel the timer. So it's going to stop at 0 now, and then the time is cancelled. Cool, so that's how you use a timer. Now just to show you a couple cool things you can do, in the text widget, once it reaches 0, you can say if the time left is 0, then display done. And if it's not 0, then let's display the time left as usual. So if I just show you here, once it reaches 0, it's just going to say done. So a couple cool things you can customize with the code. Now the most obvious application of this timer widget is to create a countdown like we just did. But if you mix it with a little bit of creativity, you can make all sorts of cool stuff. For example, I made a lot of games such as Snakes, Tetris, and even Flappy Bird, all of which I made using just this timer widget. So check that out if you're interested. I hope this video was helpful and easy to understand. If you have any questions, just let me know below. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters!